one. 20 years in the Navy. I never saw a CC today. I fought for freedom. For somebody like Trump to come and take it away. I'm not a good speaker. I fought for freedom. You see it taken away like this. Hopefully it won't be, but there's a chance. I just can't get over it. I'm not the only one who spent days, months, minutes fighting for what we believe in, to keep this country free and clear. To have somebody like Trump to come in and do what he's doing, and the support he's getting, I just can't get over it.
You know what fuck around and find out really is? It's when there's devastating infrastructure destroying floods in West Virginia and there are no government officials to be found for weeks. Nobody's there.
Did you know that Virginia is facing one of the largest unemployment crises in the country, and even places like Northern Virginia that was long protected by government jobs as well as government contracts is no longer safe? And there's a really interesting reason why. To put that into context, Virginia is now on track to lose roughly 32,000 jobs at the end of the year, and this includes federal agencies like NASA, the DoD, and even contractors like Booz Allen. And this means that unemployment claims are up 33% this year, and many are expecting this number to get much worse. Much of this simply has to do with federal layoffs, and Northern Virginia is uniquely dependent on these jobs. And when federal agencies cut back, contractors also follow, with layoffs, project cancellations, as well as hiring freeze. And the ironic thing here is that despite the unemployment crisis, the cost for rent, childcare, and even utility keeps rising. And for many Virginians, this isn't exactly what they voted for, especially from Governor Youngkin, who promised the creation of 400,000 jobs as well as relief from inflation. As a result, many are voting early, as well as for oppositions like Spanberger, who want to lower cost instead. And for a better understanding of the unemployment crisis in Virginia, check out Virginia Dogwood for the full picture.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Prince Ichie. If you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. The earth is shaking and the political landscape is about to change. In the heart of Trump's America, a revolt is brewing. West Virginia, the backbones of the MAGA movement, is erupting. So get ready for the unthinkable. Trump voters are turning on their own leader. Don't miss this explosive expose into the raw emotions and shocking reactions on the president's most loyal supporters as they confront the harsh reality of the economic policies. Stay tuned, folks. This is about to get wild.
I am concerned, very concerned. I never thought this country would see this day, but I'm very concerned. I'm a little frightened. I'm a little frightened. But I'm not the only one. 20 years in the Navy. I never saw a CC today. I fought for freedom. For somebody like Trump to come and take it away. I'm not a good speaker. I fought for freedom. You see it taken away like this. Hopefully it won't be, but there's a chance. I just can't get over it. I'm not the only one who spent days, months, minutes fighting for what we believe in, to keep this country free and clear. To have somebody like Trump to come in and do what he's doing, and the support he's getting, I just can't get over it.
That is Ed Geil, a retired Navy Master Chief, getting emotional. I mean, just tearing up, talking about where we are in history right now. I found him waiting in line with his wife, Nancy, on Saturday, along with thousands of others, some of whom had come in from hundreds of miles away. All to see former President Barack Obama closed the deal for Democrat Abigail Spanberger's campaign to become Virginia's first female governor. Old and young queued up outside the Chartway Arena in Norfolk, Virginia for hours and hours before the main event. ODU students like Emily and Elise.
She brought me out here. I wanted to come, and I was so excited, but I didn't have anyone to go with. And she woke me up today, making sure, she's like, Elise, we gotta get down here. We gotta get down here.
I'm just gonna hold this up.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, we gotta get down here. And I've also already voted. My dad and I were very adamant about voting. He wants to make sure that I vote. So, yep, I'm out here to show support. I got as much as my friends to vote as well. Yeah.
Okay. And you were saying, and you were saying that you've gotten all your friends to vote.
Yes, definitely. A lot of my friends and I are very opinionated, so I think it's important that we just have a say in what goes on in the world and to make sure everything goes well.
It's happening. DEI work is happening. So we're all a network of one unit that's doing this work, and having what we're trying to have is, and formerly was more obvious, is identity and development programming. Yeah. All that stuff is still happening. It's just much less obvious on the website because we have received and are concerned about receiving further complaints about our work. We're doing more work to kind of hide them from people who are outside perspectives that might register complaints against our work, which we've already had. So we're trying to do it on a more quiet but still active, just not as obvious to the outside world. It's just less obvious if you're outside the university. Everyone's working together to try to figure out how to keep the work going, while also not eliciting outside complaints. So changing names of things like that, but continuing to do the work is advised by our leadership to continue to do the work, just to make it less obvious that we're doing. So after he left, we were like, ooh, let's get things a little quieter. In terms of presidential and interim presidential eyes, that kind of position, don't really know what we do. Don't have as many eyes on us. We did have an office that was an office for diversity, equity, and inclusion. That office is, all the people are still there. They have, their office is now the office of community engagement, partnerships, and equal opportunity. The main thing that they've adjusted or under review is educational programming, the partnerships they maintain with outside organizations, the civil rights things that they did for the university are all still happening, and the other things are kind of under review for compliance. I think the major concern is losing funding. I think it's trying to navigate how to continue best serving members of our community while also not eliciting any threats or action. The research funding at the university is federal funding that can be pulled. So the things that are being navigated are how do we maintain all of the funding while also serving our students well. It's also made our ability to do outreach much harder, and to have things be much more obvious would be great, and how it used to be, but it's just...
What if that happens, the funding will be pulled?
Potentially, yeah. We've gotten, that's what the DOJ was investigating. It's a lot of the marketing things that have been changed. Renaming programs is a marketing ploy. So students who have been here before know what we're doing, and then we're trying to also help new students understand in a more subtle way. But from an outside perspective, it looks different. Adding in language that's this program is open to all, but it has a specific focus to it, the way that we market for things. And so it's a lot of marketing changes, updating the website to not be as revealing of things. People at UVA, I think, generally kind of know what's happening and have no issue, for the most part, have no issue with it. It's the outside eyes, but...
So it's not just the farmers who fucked around and are finding out. It looks like Virginia is about to find out, especially those voters in rural areas of Virginia who love voting for Trump and MAGA Republicans, because Virginia is about to lose $29 billion in Medicaid funding because of Trump's big budget bill. And here's where it's going to happen. Augusta Medical Group closing 3 facilities in rural areas of Virginia, 2 primary care clinics in Churchville and Buena Vista, and an urgent care in Wayers Cave. And then there's also the Tri-Area Community Health Center serving Franklin, and Henry counties. They're also going to close. But this is just the icing on the cake of the 300 rural hospitals nationwide that are going to close. You fuckers never learn.
Well, West Virginia and Kentucky sure effed around and found out. The coal industry now is suffering as a consequence of Donald Trump. They export over half of the coal that they produce is exported to China. And China now is not going to buy coal from West Virginia and from Kentucky, unless things change. But as they stand right now, they are the largest single country that buys the exported coal, and they're not going to buy it. Therefore, West Virginia and Kentucky have all this coal that they can't get rid of, and they have gotten stuck with it. So hopefully they have effed around and found out, but I doubt they have. They probably are going to have to do this a number of times for them to begin to catch on that you support Donald Trump does not support you. Clearly, the coal industry is extremely important, both to West Virginia and to Kentucky, more so to West Virginia. But Donald Trump has caused China to basically determine they're not going to purchase coal from the United States, along with a number of other products. But we'll stay with coal, West Virginia and Kentucky right now. That's what happens. You play with fire, you get burned. And West Virginia and Kentucky found out coal industry is going to be hurting even more than it was. Thank you, Donald Trump. I know they appreciate it. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, and my burned out light bulbs. Anybody in West Virginia, Kentucky in the coal industry, love to hear from you too.
In the heart of Trump's country, West Virginia's loyal supporters are finally facing the music. The economic policies they cheered for are now hitting them where it hurts them the most, their wallets. From rising inflations to shrinking opportunities, this pain is palpable. Coal miners are losing their jobs and communities are struggling to survive. The Trump administration cuts to federal funding, leaving the West Virginians to wonder if they've been left behind. So guys, join us as we explore the human cost of Trump's economic policies. Subscribe, like and share your thoughts in the comments below. What's your take on these developing stories?
We're not going to let a little government shutdown and SNAP benefits stop us from feeding people.
Food pantries across the state are seeing an influx in those needing help after it was announced November SNAP dollars wouldn't be going out. John Roberts serves as Mountain Mission's executive director, and despite the worries of running out, he's facing the new challenge head on.
We're happy to say that we have not turned anybody away. We don't intend to turn anybody away.
Across the county in Nitro, Bill Fortune runs the Nitro Food Pantry. He says they've recently set records of families fed.
A few weeks ago, we did 93 families in this little 2-hour time, which is a record for us. We expect to do that today.
1 in 6 West Virginians rely on SNAP to help purchase their groceries, but Fortune says pantries like his benefit from SNAP dollars as well.
We get our money just the same as people get their SNAP benefits, which we hear a lot about on. So if you don't get SNAP benefits, we don't get the money through the organizations that get our food.
The Union Mission in Charleston is even seeing an increase within their food pantry. CEO Jason Quintrell says they're preparing for anything.
We've spent about $4,000 already to stock our warehouse to get ready for this influx, and then we also have more funds waiting for emergency situations such as this.
All 3 pantries pitch in and help families for the holiday season, and despite today's issues, they're all determined to make the holidays a little brighter for every family needing it.
We're not going to let this affect that. We have faith, and we trust that God will supply. One way or the other, He will supply.
We'll do Christmas no matter what. And we've done it for years, and the Lord provides.
We're praying that this whole shutdown will be taken care of way before we're able to run out of funds to help people in the state of West Virginia.
Reporting in Charleston, Bailey Tucker, Eyewitness News.
West Virginia currently has 4 members of Congress. We're down from 5 recently. Not one of them is willing to come here and do what you're doing, so I want to say thank you. I know that they're not willing to come here and meet with us because I have called every single office, their state offices, the DC offices, and they're not willing to come here. That's not on their agenda. It's not on their plan. And so my question is, as a member of Congress, what can we do aside from calling and writing letters and begging to be scheduled for meetings? I've never felt more powerless in my entire life. And that's saying something because I'm a native of Southern West Virginia and we're historically just a forgotten people.
The answer is not an easy answer. But the answer, and by the way, one of the reasons I'm here in Mingo County is I remember a little bit of my American history and the struggles that your miners fought here. So they were fighting oligarchy way back when. And then some of them lost their lives in that struggle. Look, to answer your question, in my view, is you need a political revolution in this country. And what does that mean? It means that we need to start electing people who are accountable and from the working class rather than people who are busy raising money from billionaires.
Well, it looks like more and more of these MAGA morons are starting to realize what it is they voted for. I was just listening to a gentleman from West Virginia. He's a senior citizen, not a MAGA moron. He voted the right way. But he knows a lot of MAGA morons, as you'd expect, living in West Virginia. Anyway, a lot of these people are on insulin. And their insulin just went from $6 for a month's supply all the way up to $80. Just like that. And they're finding out that the reason is because Donald Trump immediately reversed a Biden policy to lower the price of insulin through the Medicare program. So now these idiots are going to be spending, what's the math on that?
Well, when we found out that President Trump was running for president again this term, we immediately went out and bought a flag. Hey, if you didn't get the email on Monday, you're safe. And I'm like skipping down the halls, right? You know, and our friends that didn't vote the same, you know, there's always that back and forth conversation now. It's like, you knew this was coming, but we didn't. Like, nobody that I've talked to understood the devastation that having this administration in office would do to our lives, but other people that we love and care about too within the Mid-Ohio Valley. Absolutely, I feel a little bit betrayed.
We literally get slapped in the face with no explanation. They fool you a lot. They get in office, they don't do the things they said they was going to do or promise the people.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk and this fictitious entity Doge, this unlawful entity Doge, has any actual interest in rooting out government waste, fraud, and abuse. They're the only ones committing those things. They are the only ones committing those things. They have.
And Trump just sits there like this. So Trump Elon Musk bought a president. He bought the presidency of the United States, and now he's going to destroy us.
If we knew what we know today and the vote was tomorrow, I don't know what I would do because of my morals, but I just don't think I could do it again. I don't think I could vote for President Trump again.
I asked Harris voters in West Virginia what it's like being a Democrat in a ruby red state.
We prefer to think of ourselves as delightful blueberries in a delightful strawberry patch.
Lonely. I'm amazed that my yard signs haven't been stolen because they have in the past.
I live in Monongalia County, and you might notice that the university is here. I feel we're almost an island here within the red state, in this county, in this city. And I know I don't share the opinions of the majority of the state, but I still like West Virginia.
We love the people of West Virginia. We love the state. We love the people of West Virginia, no matter what. And that's important to us. But we do want the divisiveness and the hate to stop. And we want to move forward in a better way.
Well, the red state of West Virginia. Yes, they voted for Donald J. Trump. This factory is closing. Employees clocking out of this plant for the last time. Fairmount, West Virginia. This plant has been around for many, many years. About 200 people are losing their jobs. I guess they're winning. West Virginia is getting everything they voted for. I mean, waste, fraud, and abuse. I sure hope these factory workers get another job soon, considering companies are laying off 160 companies this month, just in June. And also we're cutting all these social benefits, like for people who get laid off or down and out on their luck. So West Virginia, I guess this is your FAFO. So much winning you red states have. Congratulations, I guess.
Trump promised to bring back coal, but it's been a disaster. Coal production is down and jobs are disappearing. The administration focuses on tax cuts, and the regulations have left West Virginia economy in shambles. The numbers are stark. West Virginia's economy is shrinking. The poverty is on the rise. The state reliance on federal funding makes it vulnerable to cuts, and Trump's policy are putting viral programs at risk. As the economic pains mount, Trump supporters are getting restless. Protests are erupting across the state, and the narrative of unveiling support is starting to crack. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video and got some insight into the unfolding drama. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more exclusive content. Hit that bell icon and stay updated on our latest uploads. See you on the next one.